Hallo Leute, mein Name ist Samantha und willkommen auf dem Kanal. Heute ist ein besonderer Tag, denn unser heutiger Gast ist ein deutscher Athlet. Er heißt Schäfer. Si pronuncié bien lo que dije ahorita, es que hoy es un día muy especial porque nuestro invitado es un atleta alemán. Su nombre es Schäfer. Vamos a conocerlo. It's very nice to have you here today.
Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. Tell me about yourself. Where are you from? How old are you?
Yeah, I'm Schäfer. I'm from Germany. I raised in Hessian. That's in the middle of the country. Now I live in Munich and study here mechanical engineering and doing my track stuff here.
Are you training with your school, with your university, or?
No, it's like a part in Germany. We have some clubs and we have the universities, but the universities don't do sports in this way. Like a difference to America or something like this.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I was part of my track and field team when I was in college.
Cool. What did you do?
I ran the 400.
Ah, cool.
At what age did you start in track and field?
I started with track and field because of the Olympics. My father looked, I was like 5 years old, my father looked the Olympics on the TV and there were these 100-meter sprinters. And I was like, I want to be like them. I want to be as fast as them. And that's when I said, Mom, Dad, I want to start track and field. I want to be like them. And they were like, do you really want to do that? And maybe something different. But I said, I want to. And they said, okay, if you like, we can do it. But yeah, I started when I was around 6 or 7, I think. But it was like basics, like we did everything. We also danced and played games. But I really started with the 400 meters at the age of, I think 16, like something like this. Yeah.
And that's your that's what you run, the 400?
Yeah, 400 is my special discipline, if I can name it like this. Yeah, that's where I the best at. Like I would love to run the 100 and 200, but I'm too slow for it. So yeah.
I also started with the 100, but I'm not that fast. And then I discovered that I was kind of good in the 400, and now I love it.
Yeah, pretty much the same.
And what other disciplines have you tried besides the
yeah, like I started with the combined events. Like I did high jump, I did long jump, basically everything without triple jump and pole vault and hammer throw or something like this. These are the only disciplines I didn't try, but I wasn't good at them.
Does your club have a name?
Yeah, I start for TSV Gräfing, it's the name. It's near Munich. It's a town of, I don't know, maybe 100,000 people, 200,000. So pretty small in relation to Munich.
Uh-huh. How many members are in your team?
It's hard to say. Like sometimes we are only 6, 7. and sometimes we are up to 20. Everybody who wants to compete in a competition has to be in a club that he can run. So, yeah.
Tell me about when you were 16.
It was special. Like the year before, I ran like 50.47 or something like this. So not really fast. And I said to my coach, I want to run sub 48 next year. Like it was a jump of this size. And my coach said, no. Maybe at the end of the season, sub 49. You could be happy if you run sub 50 in this time. And I said, no, I want to run sub 49 this time. But I wasn't sure, like in my head, I said, I want to run sub 50, then I can be happy. Yeah, and another coach of mine, like the coach of the state, told me the lane outside of mine is someone that had a personal best like mine in the last year, and told me to run over him like in at least 200 meters. And I think the lane inside me was this time one of the best German 400-meter runners. And yeah, so I started, and like not even 50 meter, I overrun the guy outside of mine, and was like, what is going on? And I think I started like 11 seconds or something in the first 100 meter, and after 200 meters I think I was like pretty much first, like maybe 1 or 2 meters in front of all the others, like from the marks. And then we came to 300 meter, and I still was first. Now the one guy inside of mine was like maybe at my height, and I was like, what? Wait, I didn't think there. I was like just running, but I was like, how is it possible that he isn't far away? And yeah, then the last 100 meter he just went through and led me behind, but I was like, yeah, just do it, get it through. But I thought the last 100 meters, like, oh fuck, do I can run through, or will I fall down? Like, everything was so hard and everything. Yeah, I don't know that. If you do 400 meters, you will know this feeling. Like, you can't walk anymore, but you have to run till the finish line. And
what we do here is go back.
That was exactly what it was. Like, the knees didn't come apart forward, and yeah, then I was in the finish, and I thought, okay, sub 50, but not much more. And I was like completely dead. My parents gave me some ice for my head and for the neck, and I laid there like 45 minutes or something like this. I was completely dead. And then a friend of mine went to the timekeeper and asked for my time, and he came back with 48.8. I was like, what? And nobody could believe it. And everybody was like, yeah, you did it. And it was unbelievable feeling. And after this, I stood up and then I just ran out of the stadium because I had to puke. Yeah, that's a sad side of the 400 meters. Yeah, but unluckily, maybe 2 months after, I got injured in this competition, so I couldn't run again. Or I did a competition, but only the states, just to win that, and only slow, but just to win. But 2 months after this, there was somebody said that that's not possible. Like many hurdlers were so fast, they had the Olympic standard, and then they found out that the timekeeping machine was like 0.15 seconds wrong. Okay. And so they deleted all of these times from there. And yeah, if I knew it, I would have run faster at the states, but so it's just unofficial, but I know it was sub 49, and that's right. That's important for my head. When you want to compete at the nationals in Germany, you have to be a German. Okay. Sounds logical. And then you have to be in a club, so that you can start. And you have to wear the colors of your club. Like my club has black as colors, so I have to run in black. Okay. And before you can run there, you have to run a special time or to bring a special performance. Mm-hmm. It's like for 400 meter male, it is like 48.0, I think. Okay. And then you will be able to run if you got these 48.0, but if not enough people run this time, up to 40 people can start, but only 35 people ran this time. There will be 40 people as well, so like somebody ran a 48.0 run, he would be able to compete there as well.
Okay. Is it hard?
It's a good question. For me in youth, it wasn't hard. Like, I was like 1 to 3 seconds under the time I had to run sometimes, but then I'm injured like 5 years ago or something like this, and so I have no comparison how hard it would be now for me to run these 48 seconds. We will see. I hope it won't be hard, but who knows.
You haven't run since then, or?
Yeah, like I wasn't able to train a lot. Like some years I wasn't able at all to train, so I wasn't able to compete as well. And some years I was able to train 1 week and have 2 weeks rest because there was something again that didn't work out. And yeah.
And what happened to you?
At first I write it down what's the names of it because I didn't know it in English. At first I had an adductor cramp. This was like, I think 2016. Then right after, like 2 months after, I had a metatarsal fracture, like in the foot. And then I probably didn't heal the adductor crack out, so I got the pubic inflammation. And yeah, after this, I was recovered and thought like next season will be my season. And then in the trainings camp, I got a strain in both hamstrings, like in one of the last trainings. And then I recovered it again, and then there was another strain again in the hamstring, and the hamstring was like, is again, comes again, and is never really away. And but now it is better. Like the time isn't as short as it was before. Like now I have like 4 or 5 months where I can train without any problems. But last year I also got a bone marrow edema in the foot again, and after this a metatarsal fracture. I hope you know what I mean. I'm not sure. And after this, it's used in the healing process. Like I wasn't able to run for a year, and I only did weightlifting and stuff like this for recovering. Yeah.
I imagine it was hard for you.
It's still hard. Like I didn't have a real basement for the season. Like I couldn't start in October like anybody else. I had to start at 0 in October, and so I hope it will be okay this season, but I don't know how it will.
I hope you do. I was in a situation as you. In my first year, I trained since 2014. When I was 18, I think I started to run, and in my first year, I was kind of good. I did the 400 in 1:4, but I injured. Since then, I never recovered completely, and I was very frustrated. And I also have a goal to run the 400 below the 1 minute. I want to run it in 58. And well, I haven't achieved that yet because of the same of the injuries. I'm going to keep training and see if I can do it.
You'll do it.
I hope so. In those days, what kept you motivated to overcome all of this?
I think it's basically my not yet reached goals. Like my goals, I set them at the age of 16. I think that I want to be one of the best German 400 meter sprinters. And when I was 16, there was a realistical chance to get there because it was a season opener. I ran the 3rd best time in my age in the country. And then I realized, okay, it is possible. And so I want to do this. I usually said I want to do it in the juniors, like under 20, but then was this long period of injuries. This was a little bit sad then, so I couldn't do that. And yeah, now I am facing my goals again and hope that I will achieve them. And yeah, what else? Not sure. Probably my training mates. Like, I think I moved to Munich 2 years ago, I think. And before this, I trained completely alone. Like, sometimes there was my coach, but not always. And I think if my teammates wasn't there, I wouldn't do it anymore. Like, they are the motivation as well.
They support you too.
Yeah.
That's great. Are you and your team and also your coach like very united?
I think so. Yeah. We have the relay. Like, this is something what makes us to real team. Like, I think the trainings group won the relay like maybe 4 or 5 times in a row at the nationals. So we are like really fixed together.
Have you ever thought about quitting track and field?
Yes, of course. Like, if you're injured for 4 to 5 years now, it's pretty hard to revive the will to win. And yeah, as I got my first injury, I said 5 years, and then I will quit if I get injured every year again. But yeah, I think it would be after the season to quit. But I said, like, no, I don't have I didn't reach my goals yet. So yeah.
Do you think it's very important to have goals?
Yeah, I think so. I think without goals, you have nothing to achieve. Like, if you only train and then like say, oh, tomorrow is a competition, I will run there. Let's see what happens. But I'm always a guy like, I want and I have to do this. And yeah.
When you're going to compete, do you have any ritual?
I don't have something special. Like, I always look to feel good on a race day. Like, stand up and feel comfy. But there's nothing I would say there's a ritual. Like, only I've got a pair of socks that I like for my competitions. But I don't know, it's gone. Maybe I left it at my parents' home or something like this. I don't know. It depends if it was a good race or a bad race. Like, either I'm happy and talk to everyone, or I'm like totally not happy. Then mostly the first thing that I do is like breaking my number on my belly and throw it away. But yeah, no rituals.
I also have a pair of socks that I use when I compete. I use different color of socks.
Okay.
Always. And you don't listen to music or something like that then?
Not really. No. I am not the guy who needs music in front of or before a competition. Like, I'm happy if there was one year, like Back in Time by, I don't know who wrote or who made this song. It was when the Back in Time movie came out. I always loved it when this song came up in the radio before a competition, but so I just feel the atmosphere and talk to my competitors, and yeah, but
Do you have had to make sacrifices because of training?
yeah, I think so. Like, probably all athletes will know this. Yeah, I don't drink alcohol, for example. Like, when we are at the party and my friends always were like, why don't you drink alcohol? That's not cool. And I'm like, I have my goals and I want to reach them, and even it's just 0.1 second, I want to get these 0.1 seconds. And yeah, then I moved to Munich. Like, I really like my family, not my parents only, like my grandparents as well, my uncles, my cousins, all of them. And so it was pretty hard for me to move to Munich to have some better conditions for training and to have my teammates as well. That's pretty cool. Yeah. You have to pay a lot of things like you wouldn't have to pay, like a training camp or clothes and stuff like this, or even like a gym, an extra gym where you go and stuff like this. It's a sacrifice as well, I would say. And maybe 1 or 2 bad grades in university. Because the time is often like, yeah, not much time there.
How do you manage that, your life as a student and as an athlete?
When I have university, it's like pretty hard. I go out of the house in the morning at maybe 7 o'clock and usually come back at 8 o'clock or later. And then there isn't even enough time for the university stuff I had to do. So in these terms, it's pretty hard to manage different stuff than university and sports. But when I have free time, besides the university, like after the tests that were taken, yeah, I just do what I like and have some fun and just have my times for training with my teammates. So yeah, the rest is free time then.
Have you ever run with athletes from other countries?
I was thinking about this question a long time. I think at the competition, not. Like, there were some foreign athletes, but not in my runs. But I did students exchanges to the USA and China. In the USA, I wasn't really allowed to train with them. Like, only one time I asked the coach, can I run with you these 200s like you do? And he said, okay, but only if you run like 2 lanes apart. And then we were talking together. with these other athletes, and the coach told them to go. They have to go now, and we were like, what is going on? And we were at the starting line at the same level, but I had to run on lane 3. Like, I should have been like in the front of them, but it wasn't possible anymore. We had to run, and then we ran, and I was faster as them then, and it was pretty funny because the coach came in the next day to me with a shirt of the high school where I was to the student exchange, and gave it to me and said, "You did a great job yesterday. That's for you." And it was like, wow. And then in China there was something like a school competition, like in the school, and we German said we will do some competition with you, and one of these was high jump, and I'm 2'3" and yeah, and like I have blonde hair and stuff like this. It's not typical for China, and like 100 or 200 people of the school wanted to watch the high jump, and yeah, in the end I won this competition, and after this, all these 100 or 200 people, these little Chinese, wanted to take pictures with me, and it was like a big crowd around me, and I was like, I want to go home now. No, just one more picture. And yeah, and after this we did a relay with them. Like we had the 4x1 relay, and I think I got this stick as last one, but I already was a sprinter there and sprinted through all these Chinese, like, so that we got second or third, and the whole crowd was like, what the fuck is going on? He's so fast. And yeah, it was a special moment.
Sounds special. Do you have any advice?
I would say keep on going, even it's hard. Like, that's the first sentence every athlete should know. Like, yeah, and the work will pay off, even if it doesn't seems like this sometimes, and you will achieve your dreams if you work hard for it, I think. And that's something like everybody should know, even if he's not good at the moment, he can become better. Like there's maybe a hurdle, but in track and field there are hurdlers to go for it, especially for the hurdles. So yeah, and you shouldn't fear of anything, like your competitors or the track event or something like this. And you shouldn't think too much about your rivals. Like, they are there, but even if they weren't there, you have to run. Like, some bonus, if you want to say like this, and just do your best, have fun while doing track, and don't let one bad day make a bad year. Like, you have 365 days in a year, So it's just like less than 1% of the year was bad if one day was bad. And so make it to a good year and just do your stuff, have fun. And, yeah.
That's a very good advice.
Yeah, I hope so.
How does they give you the start?
The first signal is auf die Plätze, for on your marks. The second is fertig, for set. And then it's the shoot. Wie ist das in Mexico? How is it in Mexico? Sorry.
In Mexico is en sus marcas for auf die Plätze. Then is ready. I mean, listos, which is ready, and then.
Yeah.
How do you pronounce your name?
In German, we say Michael.
Michael?
Yeah.
Can you say goodbye in German?
Auf Wiedersehen. How are you in Spanish?
Adios. Oh, it can be also nos vemos.
Okay,
Well,
that's more special.
Well, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you as well.
Do you have any questions?
What are you studying?
Biomedical engineering. And I'm going to move to Netherlands to study a master's degree.
And where to Netherlands will you go?
To Twente, Universidad.
Okay. Yeah.
And
You have to
Schäfer,
write me then.
of course. Yes, and you can give me a tour.
Yeah, I will.
I'm recording this, so I have proof. Well,
Shit. Probably we will see us someday.
yes.
In real life. See you.
Bye.
Goodbye. On Sunday there will be my first competition for this year. I hope I will run faster there.
I wish you luck.